Welcome to Section 6, Becoming an Effective Coach. In this section, we're going to talk about the core competencies of an effective coach and indicators of quality coaching. Whether you're new to coaching or have previous experience, every team and every season will bring different ways to teach and challenge you. Understanding the factors that support good coaching will help you develop, practice, enhance, and assess your coaching skills to make you and your fun team program successful. According to the Coaching Association of Canada, there are 5 core competencies of an effective coach. Problem solving. Effective coaches can find solutions to complex problems. So, if a problem arises, an effective coach can assess, respond, and make decisions quickly to resolve issues. Is this one of your strengths as a coach? Maybe this is an area to work on next season to develop these skills further. Valuing. Effective coaches role model respect for participants, other volunteers, opposing teams, and officials. Be aware of your actions and your words. Are you a positive and effective role model that shows players how to be respectful? Critical thinking. Effective coaches take time to evaluate situations and consider all options before making smart decisions. On top of that, effective coaches reflect on their own skills, attitudes, and behaviors in order to make the greatest impact on the team. Have you taken time to do this yet? Leading. Effective coaches lead with purpose, conviction, and kindness. These coaches are great listeners, understand how to motivate others, and create a supportive and safe community within their team. Who is the best leader you ever had in your sport environment? What made them so effective? Interacting. Effective coaches provide clear communication with participants and families on an ongoing basis. An effort's made to get to know participants and their families in order to establish positive connections within the team and best support your participants. Do you make an effort and set aside time to do this? Maybe this is another area to work on next season to develop these skills. Along with the 5 core competencies, there are indicators of effective coaching that can be observed: understanding child growth and development, preparation and planning, and seeking and incorporating feedback. Let's look at each one of these in more detail. Do you have a good understanding of the growth and development of children in your program? Although every child is unique, you should understand some typical characteristics of children in that age range from all 4 domains of development: social, emotional, physical, and cognitive. This will help you plan developmentally appropriate activities and instructions for this age so that children can learn effectively. Do you adapt or modify instructions and activities to meet the needs of each child? If a player needs more or less challenge, do you know how to adapt the activities? Taking an individualized approach will help support mastery and progression for each and every child. Do you build positive relationships with children? Developing strong, positive relationships as a caring adult role model will have a significant impact on a child's sport experience. And finally, do you help children make friends? And do you create a fun and positive environment? As coaches, we need to seize every opportunity to help create friendships and create a positive peer culture. Do you prepare a lesson plan for each training session? Do you have goals for each training session? When we identify clear goals for each session, it's easier to design a lesson plan that will keep us on track and organized to achieve these goals. Do you have a backup plan? And are you flexible and adaptable with your plan? Adapting on the fly is a critical skill of effective coaches. You may have a plan, but you should be prepared with a backup plan if things don't work out. For example, if the weather turns and you're forced to go indoors with less space, or you have fewer participants show up for training than expected, you'll have to adjust the activities accordingly. Are you ready to go when children show up? You can be present, but are you truly exuding excitement and interest in participants from the second they show up? And finally, do you give clear, concise instructions? Simple, clear, and concise instructions will boost engagement and understanding. The clearer you can provide expectations and instructions, the more successful you'll be. Do you regularly evaluate and review your session or program? Do you evaluate and reflect on your own coaching skills? So think about things like what worked well, what didn't work so well, and what changes could you make for next time? Do you check in with your participants and caregivers? One on one conversations in person are always best, but you could also do an end of session evaluation to gain more feedback. Do you use feedback effectively to make positive changes to your session or program? This is the only way you will continue to develop and progress as a coach, so be open to feedback and incorporate it. Now that we know the core competencies and indicators of effective coaching, I hope you can reflect and set some goals for yourself in order to take your skills to the next level and create a quality sport experience for the children you coach. You've now completed Section 6, Becoming an Effective Coach. Before you move on, read over the tips on how to intentionally develop personal growth in your players and answer the Coach's Corner question that are listed in this section of your workbook.